everyone, welcome back to Market Uncharted. Today a really special video. I'm going to talk about my close to my heart books and my must-read book selection. And for the first time, I'm going to rate these books. So my first one is the most close book to my heart, which is Principles by Ray Dalio. Ray Dalio is one of the best investors of all time, and also his pursuit of meaningful work is one of most interesting logics of all time. So then we will get to Stress Test by Timothy Geithner, The Warren Buffett Way, The Only Game in Town, and Why Nations Fail. And why did I did these must reads? Because during my career of 7 years now, we must be able to connect the dots of what's going on in the world and try to see the patterns of all of the things together. What that means is really simple. Basically, I need to understand economy, how the government makes decisions, the central banks, what is investment. Inside the investment, I need to understand technical analysis and fundamental analysis, and this selection is the combination of all of this together in 5 books, right? So let's start the Principles by Ray Dalio. The first book tells the story of Dalio's career and explains his overarching approach to life using principles that affect everything he does. Most importantly, how he pursues meaningful work and meaningful relationships. I will give you an overview of the principles. Principle number 1, embrace reality and deal with it. We need to face our weakness and the difficulties of our situation rather than turning a blind eye towards them. To embrace reality, we need to observe the rules of life and nature. For example, anything in excess becomes unfavorable. To deal with reality, we need to own our outcomes and focus on things in our control rather than complaining about things outside our control. Principle number 2, use 5-step process to get what you want out of life. And the 5-step process is really simple. Have clear goals, identify the problems that send you your way, accurately diagnose the problems to get at their root causes, design plans that will get you around them, do what's necessary to push these designs through your results that you want to achieve. Third principle, and the one that most goes against what is the financial markets and the banking industry, is be radical open-minded. Let go of your ego, which is controlled by the amygdala in your brain. This takes conscious effort, but it does get easier with practice. Being open-minded means instead of focusing on being right, you focus on finding the truth, even if means you are wrong. It also means having thoughtful and productive disagreements with people rather than emotionally charged and unproductive ones. So this is one of the biggest important principles on the book. Principle number 4, understand that people are wired very differently, because we need to understand what they want. It's different from everyone. Principle number 5, learn how to make decisions effectively. Use principles to systemize your decision making. And these are the most important principles in the book, and Ray Dalio, definitely one of the most interesting persons around the financial markets. Number 2, Stress Test by Timothy F. Geithner. Again, a really important, interesting book that shows the reflections on financial crisis in 2004 memoir done by the former United States Secretary of Treasury Timothy Geithner. And this is written as an account of the effort to save the United States economy from collapsing in the wake of 2008 financial crisis. Stress Test details how the financial crisis exposed the system of consumer protection as a dysfunctional mess, leaving ordinary Americans way too vulnerable to fraud and other issues. This is definitely an inside look of what happened in the 2008 crisis and what was done to try to prevent future ones. And again, Timothy F. Geithner, a really understandable person that we can feel empathy of his effort to try to save the U.S. economy. Number 3, The Warren Buffett Way. Again, an amazing book done to explain how the best trader of all time thinks and the key principles again that he uses to be able to be successful in the financial markets. Number 1, invest in business that you understand and thoroughly believe in the management, which means you really need to understand what the manager is all about in the business you are trying to invest, know them, and understand what they believe for the future of the company. Number 2, the better the investor you are, the better the business owner you will be, and vice versa. So you need to understand key principles and how to run a business and how to invest as an investor, as a trader. Number 3, economic strength is most often found in franchises. When we think about franchise, I know that most important one that immediately comes to our mind is McDonald's. And basically this is a view of understanding how these franchises work and how it's easier to put in place an already proved concept in the market. Number 4, don't worry needlessly about the economy, just focus in your main key principles in the company. And purchase businesses only when they are at significant discount of their real value, which means although we know a business might be good, it might be amazing on the future, you need to figure it out the best timing of entry to make sure you get a good price on your shares in order when the future comes, the share has space to grow and you can have profits with it. Number 4, amazing one, the only game in town, central banks, instability, and avoiding the next collapse. This is a roadmap to what lies ahead and the decisions we must take now to stave off the next global economic and financial crisis from one of the most world's influential economic thinkers and author. This is really important. Basically, El-Erian presents his view on the T-junction, and he explains what it is and what it involves. Basically, he talks about lower growth, periodic recession, and financial instability, and he tries to see and compares these to political dysfunction that worsens everything that affects, which means the economic relationship between market and the making decisions. This is a really important book, and I definitely recommend. Finally, an amazing book as well, Why Nations Fail, by James A. Robison and Daron Acemoglu. It's a brilliant and engaging written. Why Nations Fail answers the question that has stumped the experts for centuries. Why are some nations rich and others poor, divided by wealth and poverty, wealth and sickness, food and famine? So it's really an overview of the countries, why some countries are rich, why some countries are poor. Again, to give you the full scope of the world before you're trying to understand how to invest in the market. So guys, I thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the video, and please again press the like button and subscribe for more content. And just like the market, we will not rest. Thank you.